House Republicans are going to try again today to advance a bill reauthorizing a wide-reaching surveillance program.
Yeah, it's called the FISA Act. It allows the government to spy on foreigners overseas without a warrant. The FBI director is pushing for reauthorization over concerns of a possible terrorist attack on U.S. soil. But a group of House Republicans voted down the first attempt this week over concerns the act can also be used to illegally monitor Americans. Speaker Mike Johnson is expected to introduce a slightly different version that would only allow it to take effect for 2 years instead of the full 5 years initially proposed. Fox News anchor Shannon Bream with Fox News Sunday joins me now. Good morning to you.
Good to see you, Brandon. And by the way, they started on this early this morning. They're already debating and talking about amendments right now, so they're trying to make progress.
Yeah, well, this, of course, highlights this ongoing battle that continues to play out between the far right of the Republican Party and Mike Johnson. And, of course, in this case, Mike Johnson lost.
And the interesting thing is, a couple of years ago, he was talking about the abuses of FISA, and nearly everybody admits and agrees there have been terrible abuses that have impacted American citizens. But he says after getting a deeper classified look at what exactly is going on and where we need FISA, that he's come around to a slightly different way of thinking. He did hold a classified briefing. The House did this week with top intelligence officials. There was anger that some of the people who voted down the FISA project earlier this week didn't go to the classified briefing. But there are real concerns about whether you can add something more to the protections for FISA. Say, if it's going to involve an American citizen and you know it's possibly going to go into that territory, you have to get a warrant. Those kinds of things. They're trying to hash it out on the floor right now.
And the other side of the aisle, the Democrats seem to have lost a lot of momentum they were counting on by making abortion a centerpiece of the president's re-election campaign. Former President Trump, much to Democrats' dismay, has declined to endorse a national abortion ban, saying instead it should be up to the states.
Yeah, but now, of course, it's all back in the headlines again because of what happened in Arizona. The state Supreme Court there saying they didn't have a choice but to follow a law that is on the books from the 1800s. And so today the vice president is going there to talk about what she says are threats to women's rights and the danger of another Trump presidency on that front, while legislators there at the state level in Arizona try to talk about hammering out some kind of compromise between Democrats and Republicans. You know, a lot of pro-choice advocates want these measures to be on the fall ballots because it's been good for Democrats when it has been on the ballot. So whether Arizona solves this issue legislatively before then, we'll have to see. But the vice president going there to make sure that this is another headline in the campaign wars.
All right, what's on tap for Sunday?
We've got Senator John Kennedy with us to talk threatening on Israel while they're battling over funding for Israel, Ukraine, FISA, abortion, all of these things. And we've also got Will Scharf. He's an attorney that's part of President Trump's legal team as he heads into his first criminal trial starting on Monday with jury selection in New York.
All right, Shannon, thanks. We'll see you then.
Thanks, Brandon.
All right, Fox News Sunday with Shannon Bream airs right here on Fox 4. That is Sunday morning at 8 a.m.